Hi everyone, Anna Fountain here from the GokaBean. I hope you are having a wonderful day. So just real quickly, my last video, I was sharing, my top 10 as far as why the season was the best season for fashion. And for most of the video, I was here. I was looking here, talking, and of course not looking in the camera. And my husband noticed it, and I kind of had an idea about it when I was shooting the video that, I was looking here the whole time, and at myself, that is, and not at the actual camera. So I'm looking at the camera today. I hope you guys are doing well. So I wanted to talk about my hair journey, and it's something that's important to me, and I'm really trying to stay focused on right now, and trying to grow my hair and have that thick hair that I see everybody who's natural have. That's what I want as well. So I wanted to just talk about my hair journey real quick. I started back in 2011. This was a little after my firstborn. He was in 2009. And basically, after I had him, I went through postpartum. I had my hair where, during pregnancy with the hormones and everything, your hair is growing, it's growing thick, and it's just great. Then, after I had my son, about 3 months later, I noticed that my hair started to fall out. And there was nothing to prepare me for it. I didn't know about it. So I was, of course, scared. Every time I picked up a comb to comb my hair, it was just shedding so bad, coming out in sync. And I really thought I was sick. I really did. I went online and I started looking and trying to find out the reasons for, hair shedding or hair loss. And I found out, as associated with pregnancy, that happens. And I was devastated. At that time, my hair was still being relaxed, or, I had the perm, if you will. And so it was not good. And my younger sister, actually, she went natural before I did, and it was after her pregnancy too. Now her hair shed all the time anyway, and her hair was thin, but it would grow, but again, it was thin and it would shed a lot. So she got a little frustrated with her hair and decided to go natural. And after I had my encounter losing my hair, I decided to do the same. So after that, I decided to cut my own hair. I decided to have my big chop and cut my own hair. And when I did that, I just cut a little bit at a time on my own. I had already told my husband, hey, this is what I want to do. I didn't want to deal with the relaxer, using the chemicals and all of that stuff. I didn't want to hurt my hair. So I wanted to be healthier. I wanted to have that natural hair, and I love the thickness. So I went ahead, I went natural. I cut out most of my own relaxer by myself. I would just do a little bit, every wash, if you will. And that was like at every 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. And then finally, I just decided I'll just cut out all of the relaxer. So that's what I did. And in the meantime, what I would do is I would cornrow my hair, and then I would do lace fronts. So I did lace fronts for about a year. Once I finished doing after about a year, I decided to go ahead, and I thought my hair was long enough where I'd go to the salon and get it done and get it twisted. So that's what I ended up doing, and it was a cute style. I think it fit the frame of my face just well. Now, after I had made that decision to go natural and start wearing my hair out natural, I wasn't necessarily committed to any products. I didn't really do the research and was like, okay, I'm going to use, XYZ, and this is going to be my go-to product. I didn't do the research, like I said, like I was supposed to, and learn about my hair. I knew basic information, like it's African hair, it's real African hair, very kinky, very curly, 4C, if you will. Yeah, I didn't really research my hair. My whole thing was go natural, let it grow, and use the products that I was using, which wasn't anything, special. I had sulfur 8. I used that for my scalp, for dry scalp. I used what was it? Was it Blue Magic? Comes in that tub, and I used that in my hair. I'd use anything. If you recommended it to me, I would use it. I wasn't faithful or committed to one product. And what I did was, with my hair, once it grew out, after I started doing the twist in my hair, the 2-strand twist, I went ahead and started leaving it out as a 2-strand twist out. And that became my signature look. So most of the next like 5 years, 6 years or so, that was my look. And I still go to that look, you know, as well, but I try not to do it as often, because what I found was with my particular hair, I'm leaving it out. You know, it's not a protective style, so it can get snagged, it brushes up against my clothes, you know, and things like that. And if I'm touching it, of course, you know, it's going to add to added breakage. Also too, I learned that my hair had low, how do you even pronounce that word? Porosity. Low porosity. It was dry all the time. It didn't keep in moisture. I literally would moisturize my hair every other day, every 2 to 3 days, and it'd be great the first day, but then 2-3 days after that, it'd just be so dry. And I didn't understand why. I would add some water to it as well, and you know, it looked good again for that first day, but then it just got so dry. And I really started to hate my hair, I'm gonna be honest with you. But I still kept up with the 2-strand twist. At nighttime, what my regimen was try to twist it up, either in the individual, you know, little twist, or I would do big twists, like about 5 or 6 big twists in my hair, and then put my bonnet on and then go to sleep. And then I would also moisturize it too for the night. And then in the morning, you know, for work, I would just fluff it out, if you will. I would take my comb and, you know, just kind of poof it out a little bit to make it full. And it looked great, but again, my hair was just dry. And I won't ever forget this. It's so funny. My son did a assignment in school, and they asked him a couple questions like, what do you like about your mom, or you know, what do you like to do with her? And one of the questions, which was weird in itself, was my mom's hair is, and my son put his answer to my mom's hair is hard. I was like, wow, even my son notices my hair. It was dry. He put hard. So that was also an eye-opening experience. And so I wanted to make sure that I was given the best appearance too with my hair, not just, you know, it looking like it was moisturized, but I wanted to make sure that it was truly moisturized. With my hair, the way that it grows, you know, it's super curly. So a lot of times it'll curl into itself, and I'll get these little knots at the bottom of my hair. I even have them in here still with my hair being blown out. And it's frustrating because I see that and I'm like, oh God. And now with my hair blown out, for me, it's like I can see where, you know, I have opportunities. I recently got my hair blown out over a couple weeks ago, right before or right around Christmas. And oh my gosh, I had 2 extra inches worth of hair that you don't see because I had to get it cut off because my ends were so bad. And typically I would go and get my hair blown out about twice a year, every 6 months, and that's when I would get my trim. And sometimes I might even go a little longer in that. Let me tell you, when I was in that salon, in that chair, I was like, the whole entire time, because I'm also very tender-headed, and yeah, with this kinky hair, like I said, I got real African kinky hair, 4C hair. I mean, I don't think it can get any kinkier than this, honestly. But it hurt the whole entire time that she was combing through my hair. And I was told that as my hair gets longer, of course, that I would have to, you know, try to get it trimmed even more often so that I could retain some length and get it done. So now I think I'm going to up my blowouts to about 3, maybe 4 times a year, just so I can make sure I can get my ends. I really want to keep my curl pattern, so I don't apply a lot of heat or do any of that. I'm trying to do more updos now, and I'm looking into doing more protective styles for my hair. I had some faux locks a few months back, and I really loved that style. A lot of people liked it. Everyone always say, hey, your hair is great for locking, and I'm like, yeah, that's great, but that's not what I want to do. I don't mind trying other styles. I don't. But yeah, that's not something that I want to do as far as locking my hair permanently. Well, I guess locking is not necessarily permanently because you could shave it off and do it again, but I don't want to do that right now. Maybe later in life, who knows. But as for right now, I want to keep my hair the way that it is, and I want to be able to have that flexibility and blow it out when I want to and wear it straight. But as you can see with my hair, you know, it is longer, but at the same time, I really feel like it should be thicker than what it is. I just love thickness, and you know, when I wore my weaves back in the day, I just loved it because of the thickness. So that is going to be my next project. Right now I'm just using like coconut oil, argan oil to really just, you know, lock in that moisture, adding water to it to make sure that it's getting natural, you know, the natural ingredients. I also going to start doing more egg washes on my hair and masks. And of course, just a great diet. You know, I'm in the transition of being vegetarian, ultimately vegan, and that is my goal. And so I've been doing that as the start of this year more proactively. I never was a big red meat eater. I loved my bacon, but at the same time, I don't have to have it. There's other alternatives. And as far as a burger goes, I've found great options for vegan burgers. So that's the direction that I'm going. I'm working out more consistently and just drinking a lot more water and just being more cognizant of what I put in my body. So I'm ready. I'm ready to get this hair where I want it to go. I'm ready to get my lifestyle together where I want it to go. So you'll be hearing more from me and checking out my hair and seeing, you know, the length checks and all of that stuff. So thanks so much for joining me, and again, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.